Stop letting your feelings control your faith. A couple of the biggest struggles that we have as Christians is one, trying to understand our feelings, and two, trying to decipher whether they're truthful or not. I have a few scriptures to share with you, and the Holy Spirit will help me break them down for you so that hopefully you can get a better understanding of how to navigate listening to and controlling your feelings in this confusing world. Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately sick. Who can understand it? So basically that's saying that our heart lies to us. Not always, but a lot of the times we can't trust our feelings. Our feelings are valid, but they are not the end-all be-all. So if somebody comes up to me and says a confusing thing and calls me a weird jerk, am I gonna believe that because they're having a bad day? I'm not gonna do that because I know that, I might be a little weird, but I'm not a jerk. I'm a kind and loving human being. And I'm not going to take the word of somebody that I don't even know, that doesn't even know me, over the truth. And that's what this is about, is separating feelings from truth. Now, it's okay for me to acknowledge that my feelings might be hurt from that situation. It hurts to hear things that aren't true lies about yourself, but it's also my responsibility to know and understand what's truthful and what's not. Proverbs 4:23. Keep your heart with all diligence, for from it flows the spring of life. Now let's define diligence. So diligence is being watchful, it's being on the lookout, observant, being cautious and careful. So if that's saying keep your heart with all diligence, that means be careful, be on the lookout, because things come into you that are not truthful. What goes into you comes out of you. So if I have somebody that is very hateful sowing into me and just being hateful day in and day out, if I'm not careful, that hatefulness could spread to me, and then what's gonna happen? It's gonna come right out of me. That's not what the Lord wants from us. He wants us to be kind, loving-hearted, gentle, all the fruits of the Spirit. 1 John 3:20. For whenever our hearts condemn us, God is greater than our hearts and He knows everything. So this is automatically saying that sometimes our hearts are deceitful, sometimes our hearts lie to us, so we cannot trust it 100% of the time. This is why being in prayer is so important, because if you confess how you feel and talk to the Lord in prayer about how you feel, He can give you that knowledge and wisdom of what's real and what's lies. Because remember, fam, we have three enemies. We've got ourselves, we've got the devil, and we have the world. So that's a lot of noise coming at us. And if we're not careful, and if we're not in prayer, in constant communication with the Lord, then He can't speak to us. And He'll be unable to let us know what's truthful or not, because we're not taking the time to figure it out. Last scriptures for the day, John 8:31 and 32. If you are truly my disciples, then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. This is very freeing because follow Jesus and He'll show you the way. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. And if you have your eyes fixed on Jesus, He'll take care of all that negative, naughty stuff inside of you. Because even though we may have good intentions, those good intentions may not always be the truth. I think you guys get the picture. Our feelings aren't always truthful, so we have to learn how to separate our feelings from truth. A few examples from my own life is whenever I feel hopeless, my feelings tend to tell me that it's over and God doesn't care, God doesn't love me. But I know the truth. I've been walking with God long enough to know that He does love me, He does care, and that He's in it with me, and He will get me through my struggles. It doesn't matter what my feelings say when I feel hopeless, because it's not true. When I'm in my low moments, I'll start to question my calling and the validity of the visions that God has shared with me in regards to my future. I'll start to make things up in my head and calling myself crazy and that all of it is a lie, when that in fact is the lie, because I know that everything that God has shared with me is real and true. It's His covenant with me. It's His promise with me. So how is that a lie? I mean, come on. And I've been walking with the Lord for years. I know His voice. I know what's real and what's not. This is why we can't trust our feelings sometimes, people. We're crazy. One last example that I'll provide is something that I think we can all relate to. What do your feelings tell you when you experience loneliness? Well, they tell you that nobody likes you, nobody will ever love you, you're meant to be alone, and you'll be alone forever. These are spirals, people. They're not the truth. In terms of my own life, I'm in a season of loneliness right now, and I know that by what the Lord has shown me that I'm not going to be alone forever. I'm gonna have great relationships and they're gonna bear much fruit. So don't listen to the lies of loneliness. Even if you feel lonely, that's okay, we can feel it, but we shouldn't become what our feelings tell us we are. Even if you are lonely right now, that's okay. You are lovable, you are likable, and one day you will have the relationships that you desire. So as I said at the beginning of this video, stop letting your feelings control your faith. You can do it. The Lord has given you the power and the authority. It's your life. It's not your feelings' life.